How's your day going, guys? I'm RenegadeTitan HD, and today we're playing Ark Survival Evolved. Now I'm going to start off with, I'm on the center, and I'm not trying to screw with anybody here. I know the center people are kind of getting screwed with all the Tek Tier stuff. The only reason I'm here and building here is because if you're familiar with the center map, you've got the lava island and you've got this massive flat plateau, and that's what I'm building on right now. It is beautiful. You can build really big using foundations, so everything's all perfect in OCD, which is the way I love to build. I love just going big. Alright, so what I did in my last two videos is I talked a lot about the tech tile sets, you know, different aspects of them and all that kind of stuff, and I built two separate bases for each video and everything just for the sake of it, because I love building. What I didn't really do is show the process or talk about me building or anything along those lines, and I know that may appear boring to some, but to me, I love building, and so that's what this video is. This is me just building to my heart's content on some beautifully flat ground and trying to build an alpha base. What I would consider an alpha base to be for someone building for a tribe with several people using tons of farmed resources and that kind of thing. And obviously I have the beautiful chance of spawning it all in, I get that. But this is just me building and having fun. So a couple of things I'm going to go over straight away. As I'm recording this, I'm probably going to snap to certain parts after I built up a little bit and talk, and build up a little bit and then talk again. But what I'm going to start off with is double packing, because that's one of the things a lot of people do when building a base to double up on their defenses. So right now we have a singular tech wall right here, just one place down on the ground, and then here we have two. And they actually fit together perfectly. They look fantastic when they're just double packed. It makes it look like a beefier, more bulkier wall. In fact, that could probably be an option if they had added that. That's probably what it would look like, you know. And as I said, it blends together perfectly, as you can see up here. So yeah, the other thing I was going to talk about is a lot of people probably already know, but if you put a fence foundation down like this, it allows you to put tech gateways or just regular gateways anyway and give them a snap point so they're perfectly flush. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, but at the same time, just before that, you can double pack doors. Now when you did metal doors, they kind of didn't fit flush and it looked a bit weird, but with placing tech doorways themselves, that's what I'm going to be doing now. I've done it over here. Now if I walk up to just a little bit close, there, bang, one vanishes and you see there's another one. And you can see that they're perfectly flush and everything. So that's what I'm going to be placing over on this side, just so everything looks great. Place one there. Turn away. There we go, brilliant. So if I put down a tech door, put one on the furthest door, there, like that. And if I step back, no, sorry, step forwards a little bit, no, step back. Getting confused with myself. Alright. So if I try and place it down, it won't place because that other door is a little bit too close for proximity. But if I walk a little bit closer so it disappears, I get the build option. So I can put down the second door. Go on a bit closer. There you go, see? And you can see there's two there. Now, that's also what I'm going to be doing here with the gateways. Now when you put down regular gateways, stone gateways, ones where the doors swing open or swing, you know, inwards or outwards, I don't know, they were always kind of glitchy, or it just didn't look right when it went together. But with obviously using tech gateways, they fit together perfectly and they look fantastic. So that's what I'm going to be placing down now. As I said, when you get a fence foundation down, it gives you a perfect snap point. Like you got that one there where it's at an angle, and then you got that one where it's actually on the foundation. So if I'm going to place that one, I'm going to get another one out. I'm going to get that to snap to the other. Now with these you can just put the gates down themselves, it doesn't really matter. Place that one there. You don't need the other one to disappear, or just place on its own like that. Bang. Walk a little bit closer. There you go. See, so you got two. So that's a good way of defending against someone attacking you. You can have two doors on the way, because I mean, which would you rather? Would you attack the walls or would you attack the gates? A lot of people will probably go for the gates, create a wider space to get dinos in and do damage inside your base. So double packing with these tech gateways is a good way to counteract that. And you know, if you've got enough fence foundations, you could probably just keep going, two on this line, two on this line, two on this line, and just keep going and just have a load of doors. And you don't have to keep pressing E to open. If you've got them on proximity to open for your tribe, you can just walk out them and walk through about a dozen different gates. So that's just a couple of things I've been working on whilst building this base. As I said, this base is just really for me, just having a laugh or anything. I've got no one else playing on this with me. I'm on my own host dedicated world. So yeah. Now in these compartments I've just been working on creating areas to grow the 4 main advanced plants. So as you can see there, we've got a citronal, which is growing nicely, we've got sava root, and we've got all these, the water sources coming from just over there off the back of this plateau. So yeah, sava root, citronal. Over here we've got rock, and then we've got long grass. So they're all growing really well. We've also got these little balcony areas come up here, and you've got your compost bins and everything for quick access. And as I said, you got all these water taps and everything, so they're all getting irrigated and everything. And they're the 4 main advanced sort of seeds and plants that you need when making kibble and all that. So it's good to have these, you know, farming away and everything. So yeah, that's just a couple of things that I was doing as I started out building. You know, we've also got some out here, so if you wanted narca berries up on the left or you wanted stimberries on the right, I just placed these taps here because I was using the cross section piping, so you kind of had, you know, pipes jutting through the walls, and I thought, why not just put a load of pipes down, they look kind of cool anyway. So yeah, that's what I've been doing so far. So hopefully you're going to stick with me. I'm going to snap to the next section of the video. Hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so I've been building a fair bit. As you can see, a lot has gone on. There was supposed to be a video in between, well, there's supposed to be a clip that I was going to snap to between the last one I did and the one I'm doing now, but that kind of messed up. So you're kind of seeing a lot of the finished product as opposed to the halfway point, which I'm sorry about, but I wasn't prepared to tear down the base to record that again and hide the fact that it happened. So yeah. Now one of the things I'm going to show straight off the bat is the vault. Now as you can see, it's at full health. Now a viable tactic that people used with metal bases and all that kind of stuff was lining walls with vaults. It added another layer that people had to try and get through, and obviously they're quite costly to try and destroy. It takes a lot of rockets, a lot of C4, that kind of thing. So with a Tek rifle, as you can see, it's got 50,000 health, and if we shoot to the point where the weapon needs to cool down, so one full energy burst, you'll see that in the time it took for the weapon to fire and cool down and all that, it did 1,200 damage. Well, just under, but you get my point. So it is still technically a viable option in order to line your walls with vaults. You know, as you can see, we did a considerable amount of damage in a short amount of time. And if someone's attacking you with Tek capabilities, there's probably going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, you know, because you tend to attack the bosses in a group, so that's a group of people who have Tek capabilities, you know, in a tribe, not just the one person. So you're probably going to have a handful of people with Tek weapons, and if they're all firing at the vault, you know, as you can see, just continuously firing at it, it'd take a while. But if you've got about 4 or 5 people, you will bring the vault down. But you know, that takes element, that takes a lot of people with Tek capabilities, all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, if someone really does want to get into your base, unless you're building in the cave and you're doing some questionable tricks and, you know, glitchy kind of stuff, you're not ever going to get an unraidable base. People are always going to get into a base. You know, even the Tek force fields, you know, it prevents people from passing and shooting at you, but it can eventually be damaged and killed and destroyed, as you can see there. You know, just that little burst, we did about, what, 1,500 damage? So yeah, it is still possible. So, as you can see, yeah, I've been building a little bit. We've got the farms, which have grown quite a considerable bit. You know, we've got the long grass, we've got the rock, we've got the compost bin, we've got 2 fridges. Did they just grow? Okay, so we've got the 2 fridges, and yeah, so okay. So we also have this room here. Now, what the hell is wrong with my plants? Okay, so yeah, same thing going on in here. Got the generator. I built just a little bit out so I could stick that generator in there. And yeah, it all fits perfectly. We've got the lights going because it was kind of dark once I got the roof on, which as you can see is kind of sloped. So yeah, this room is perfect. I love this. You know, this is probably one of my favourite rooms because, you know, you can just farm a few things. It's a cool little room. There's no greenhouse effect because I haven't done that. But you know, obviously you build to your own. you obviously build to your own decision. Now we also have this main compartment, as I said, with the vaults lining the walls. There's an extra layer of protection. Now the Tek replicator is obviously going to be one of the biggest items you've got. It's even bigger than the industrial forge. Now this is about 6 high, I think. It's just touching there. Now one thing you got to watch out for when building one of these things is it doesn't like railings. So place that down, then place any railings you want to put around it or anything along those lines. A good thing to probably do is if you are building a Tek base and you are, you know, going along this route like I have, you should probably build that first and then build your base around it. Otherwise you might do what I did and have to like change one or two things that you were doing, that kind of thing. But yeah, so we've got light here illuminating everything. We've got this little old school section with the fab. We've got the refining forges because I didn't have enough space to put down the industrial, so I'll probably incorporate that elsewhere in the base. So yeah, we've got the refining forges, we've got the fabricator, we've got a generator powering the lights that you just saw, got the smithies. So you've got a nice little section here where you can get some, you know, quick building on the go, and they're right next to the vaults as well. So yeah, even if you get over encumbered, you can just throw them across and pick them up pick them up. Now we've got these doors that lead out. There's one over there as well on the other side, so they're, you know, they're parallel and everything, and they lead out onto these back balconies. Now it goes all the way around here, and it's a large area. You can edit this to what you want, but I just wanted to extend the out from the wall, give it an extra layer that people have got to try and get through. I mean, it wouldn't take them too much to get through a Tek railing. I mean, one shot is 200 damage, and to the ceiling, oh, I've already damaged that one. To one ceiling, yeah, 200 again. So people could get through these if they wanted, but then, you know, they've got to get through these, then they've got to get through that, then they've got to get through the vaults. So you just constantly add in something else that they've got to try and get through, costing them resources and annoying them so much they might even give up. Now, because of how big all this is, you know, the shield kind of doesn't cover these corner parts. So, I mean, it does give you the ability to shoot out, like so, but obviously they can shoot you, so it's up to you. I don't really want to cut off this section. I mean, I could segregate this walkway from that walkway and cut out about, I don't know, those 3 foundations and just bring it in, but then the roof would look kind of weird. So, I don't know. I try and build attractive looking bases as opposed to practical bases. That's one of my flaws. But yeah, so we've got all this going on. Now, I haven't built any stairs or anything that lead up to this section, mainly because there's supposed to be a Tek teleporter that's going to be added in one of the future updates. It's supposed to be very, very costly, so it's probably not going to do what I want it to do, which is maybe, you know, stick it in that corner over there and over that in that corner over there, and you basically step in them and it'll, you know, zap you up here. But as I said, from the information I found, it's reportedly going to be very, very costly, so there's probably not going to be a practical use for it. It's probably going to be mainly used as, you know, something to teleport you to a base you've got on the other side of the island, or down into your underwater base, which is coming out in the next update. So we've got these little rooms on the go here. One of the things when I was playing Ark on the Xbox and I was playing in an alpha tribe, we all had our own rooms. Now there were problems that came from that, but I still stand by that it's a good idea to give people their own space, because everyone does accumulate a lot of gear, personal gear. Maybe you've got a load of grappling hooks, maybe you want to farm for some materials for yourself, so you've always got something you can come and grab. You should always share with your tribe, but maybe you want to make, you know, 10, 20 grappling hooks, maybe you want to make 50, 100, couple of 100 rounds, couple of pieces of C4 or rockets in case the time comes when you need them, and just store them in some chests, you know, on catwalks along the walls. This is how I used to have my room set up when I was in an alpha tribe. I had a 3x3, I had the beds down, I actually had a door that led out into a balcony, but I had catwalks, I had a load of chests up, 3 along top, 3 along bottom, same along the other side, and I had them filled with metal and stuff, because I was always farming metal on the Yankee, and I was always filling up the vaults, and then any overflow I would keep in my room, and anytime anyone went, oh, I need metal, yeah, I'd give them the metal out of my stash. That way we kept the vaults as full as possible, that kind of stuff. So that's additional things you could do. You know, say you're a farmer, you can set up your room with overflow, and whenever someone needs it, you could offer them that as opposed to using all your vaults. I don't know. I'm just thinking of little things. You know, that's one of the things I do with playing Ark. I like thinking of little different things you could probably do. Now, up here, we've got the aviary. Now, before I start talking about this, something I want to say before I forget is my videos have been getting a lot of views, and I've gained a lot of subscribers. Now, probably not a lot in other people's eyes, but it's a lot of mine. In comparison to the amount of subscribers I've been getting since I started doing videos and the amount of views I've been getting since I first started doing videos, I've been gaining tons in my eyes. You know, quite a few hundred views, and you know, a handful to more subscribers. So I want to say, a massive thank you to all of you who have given me a chance and decided to watch my videos. You know, to all of you who have decided to stick with me and give me that support by hitting that subscribe button. You know, I'm not asking anybody to, but I am grateful. You know, I'm doing these videos because I thought I'd have fun with it, and I am, so I'm still doing it. And if people decide they want to join the channel, and it helps me grow, and it helps me improve and all that, I'm very, very grateful. So thank you to all of you who've been watching my videos. Thank you to all of you who've started subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here we have the aviary. Now, the aviary is set up in a way where, you've got these compartments on the side where you can stick all your Pteranodons and your Argentaviuses, so they're out of the way from people walking and all that kind of stuff. Now, we have these little doors here built into the frame, and as you can see, we've got the aviary 1 bunk bed, and then there's aviary 2 there. So if you die and you want to spawn and time is of the essence, you can spawn in those rooms, grab a bird, get outside through the gate and do what you need to do. Maybe you got picked off your bird, maybe you jumped off your bird and you died, maybe you lost something, maybe you're trying to get involved in a fight, whatever. If time is of the essence, you got those. So that's maybe a good little addition, depending on how big your base is. If you don't really have that big a base, as you saw, we've got bedrooms downstairs. All you got to do is run up the stairs. But I don't know, the more beds the better, especially if you're under attack. So much so that if I go up here and I demolish this wall, you see I've got another bed. The same is on that side. So those are hidden beds. So I mean, if you created a false wall along there, you can have a load of chests with flak, with a couple of guns, with a bit of ammo. So should you get attacked and you lose access to a lot of the beds, you could spawn all your people in that hidden compartment. When you're ready, break the wall, jump out, and I've got 8 rooms downstairs, so let's say we've got 8 players, we've got 4 in each bed, 4 spawned on each bed, then grab gear, hop out, and you've got 8 people against maybe 1 or 2 who have managed to get up here, and the rest are throughout the base. So you can isolate these 2, kill them, head down, and as a group smash every enemy you come into contact with. It's just little things like that. I overthink a lot, but that's something that was spinning through my mind. Just add in the capability of having a second wind, Now, we've got the Tek transmitter. That's actually pretty high. There's supposed to be like this orb that generates on top. So this is 4 high, so you're probably going to want to make a ceiling 5 or 6 high if you're trying to put that in your base. You can always put it on the roof. It would be kind of cool to have that beacon light, going up into the air. But if you want it in your base for added security and all that kind of stuff, in case someone wants to try and take a pot shot at it with a rocket, I mean, it does have 25, let's have a look. Okay, so it does 600 damage to that, so yeah, you're probably going to want to house it. But yeah, we have this balcony out here which has a 180-degree viewpoint, so if you don't have the Tek force field or it falls, you can fight from here. You can just shoot away and fight off the enemy and no worries. So that's mainly what this base is. It's just the way I would build, it's the way I would fight. I'm not trying to say this is anyone else's Tek base. I'm just trying to say that this is how I would build a Tek base. I don't imagine many alpha bases looking like this. They're usually going to be plastered in turrets and PSX, which is a large reason why I left the ceilings, quite flat. That's why this, this room is quite of a weird shape. If we go up here, you can see the roof for yourself. There's a lot of room to put turrets, there's a lot of room to put PSX. You know, there's a lot of flat walls on the side of the base that you can put catwalks and get some turrets on the go, all that kind of stuff. So all those traditional tactics people still employ, you can still do. So yeah, this is my idea of an alpha base. If I wanted to build an alpha base, or I was in an alpha tribe and I was building, this is probably somewhat of what I would build. Every time I build, I do something different. Every time I build, I destroy it and rebuild it. So I'm probably the last person you want to build you something, because I'll use every resource you have and more. But yeah, so this is my idea of an alpha base, of what I would build or what I would like to live in. So hopefully people will see some method to the madness, and some people would take away from this some suggestions and some tips and some ideas and all that. You know, traditional tactics like the PSX and the turrets, you still got that capability. You know, as you saw with me shooting at the safe a bit, you know, that's still a viable option for wall defense. You know, so a lot of those things still exist. So as I said, I want to say thank you to everyone again. It really, really does mean a lot. The amount of views I've been getting and the amount of subscribers I've been getting, it means a lot. So hopefully you liked this, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of it was already built by the time you got to this point. I was going to do it in stages, but yeah. So this is just a one-off Ark video, a spin-off of me just going screw it and building and having fun. You know, a few other videos I'm going to go in a different direction, but this is just one video of me having fun. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it and you want to drop me a like, it's much appreciated. The same with subscribing. If you want to check out some of my other videos and see if you like what I'm doing and join the channel, much appreciated. So as always, I hope you've had a great day. I hope you're going to have a great week, and hopefully I get to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and take care.